Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for our weekly pastoral update. This week I want us to take just a second to reflect upon a couple of verses that we looked at just this last Sunday as we wrapped up our series through the book of 1 Peter. We talked there about how Peter calls his audience to be sober-minded, to be watchful. And then we talked about how it's important for us as Christians to do just that in our daily lives, to be on guard against the attacks of the enemy and how he may be working and moving in our midst, to be just sober-minded in the sense of not allowing the culture or our world to just lure us into a sense of complacency when it comes to our spiritual focus and our attention to what God is doing in our lives. And so I think that's a really good verse for us to be mindful of as we head into the summer. I'm like you. I love the summer. I love the many opportunities that we have for things like vacation and mission trips and just time out of some of our normal routines. But it's important for us that as we take some time away from the normalcy of the fall or the spring or the winter months, that we make sure to continue to be alert, to continue to be sober-minded, to continue to be watchful spiritually. It's funny how whenever we get out of some of our normal routines, we can also get out of some of our spiritual routines. That when we take time off from work or school, we can inadvertently take off time from God as well. And so as we head into the months of June and July and early August, let me encourage you to not take time off spiritually speaking, but to remain vigilant, to remain watchful, to remain sober-minded spiritually. Continue over these summer months to dive into God's Word, to continue to seek Him, to be a part of the community of Wedgwood by worshiping with us whenever you're in town and being a part of your missional community. And then plugging into what God is doing in and through Wedgwood. We have a lot of great opportunities this summer with our local mission trip next week. Wedgwood loves local. We have our other opportunities through camps and through other mission trips that we'll have later on this summer. So if you're signed up for those, if you're planning to attend, obviously we look forward to serving alongside you in those capacities. But throughout the rest of the summer as well, be mindful of what God is working and doing in your life, through your neighborhood, through the connections that you may be making. Just be alert to how God is working and moving in your midst throughout these summer months. And so I look forward to seeing what God has in store for us over these next several weeks, and seeing how God works and moves in the hearts and lives of the people of Wedgwood. Now, as I alluded to, don't forget, next week is Wedgwood Loves Local. So what is that? It's our local mission trip. It'll be Monday, June 6th through Thursday, June 9th. And so if you want more information about that, just simply go to our website, wedgwoodbc.org. You'll see the big Love Local highlight there. You can click on that for more information, or feel free to give us a call. Casey and Emery are two of the people that are running point for our adults and children, Patrick as well for our students. And so if you have a question about any aspect of Wedgwood Loves Local, feel free to give us a call or email any of us, and we'll be happy to provide you with more information about that as well. And then I also alluded how we wrapped up our series through 1 Peter. It was a great series and very challenging, I know. This week we're going to take a break before next week we'll begin a new series that we're calling simply Therefore. We're going to be looking at all the different therefores in the New Testament and what God has to teach us through those. But this Sunday, June 5th, I'm really excited to be welcoming back Dr. Kevin Schrum. Dr. Schrum is a longtime friend of myself, our entire family. He and his wife Janet are going to be back in town. He pastors at Inglewood Baptist Church there in Nashville, been there for over 25 years. And Kevin has just an incredible wealth of experience and ministry, a love for God, a commitment to His Word. And so I know you'll be excited to hear from him. He'll be preaching this Sunday on a passage out of Galatians chapter 1, in which we're going to be looking at maintaining the gospel, which is something I think is now more important than ever for us to be mindful of in our day and age and in our culture. So we look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Our normal worship service at 9 o'clock, missional communities to follow, and we hope you have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you this Sunday and serving with you next week as well. God bless.